Hey, this is India with Bags and Lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let's go ahead and talk about one of the ways that I save a lot of money on purchasing luxury goods, and that is through the not resale. That is through the gray market. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about it. As you can see from the title, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And so one of the places that I have purchased items from, this is not a sponsored video, but Italist, if you want to work with me, let me know. Let me know. Okay. All right. So pretty much let's start off with a definition of what the gray market is. For the record, this is just what I looked up. Do not take this as any type of like go out there and make a decision on your own. Make sure you do your own research. I'm going to link the articles that I saw down below, but I just want to make sure that this is just my opinion, what I've looked up. That is it. This is for entertainment purposes. Okay. So, the gray market is basically a way, what I've seen from my research is also considered the parallel market. So if you think about it and you say, like, here's your luxury good manufacturer, here is the store that the luxury good manufacturer has. And then on the other side, that directly from the manufacturer, it is either supplying their own boutiques or the manufacturer is supplying authorized retailers like your Nordstrom's, that could be Brown. I just found about this company in London. Is it Browns? Let me know. But I definitely know about Selfridges because I love Selfridges, like Selfridges and Harrods and Neiman Marcus, like all of those stores. Those are considered kind of like authorized retailers of the manufacturers, whatever agreement they have with that brand, with that company. Okay, so what the parallel market is it's the sale of authentic goods, but it is through an unauthorized channel. And so when I did look a little bit more into this, interestingly enough, according to one of the articles, that hit that little dot, those dots or more, and expand it out, and that will show the links and articles and some more information about my website and all of that stuff too. So make sure you expand that box out, and it all will be down there. Okay. Oh, it started as early as the 90s from what this article that I was looking at. So I thought that was very interesting. So basically, what they had said in nssmagazine.com is it started out for the Japanese market. And so what was happening is they had these Italian brands that were not accessible to customers in Japan that could not access these goods because they weren't sold or available. They weren't being imported into Japan. So what those folks would do was go out to the Italian markets, basically to Italy, purchase those items in bulk, and then bring them back and then sell them. And because, like when if you don't know, if you travel overseas, you have certain countries that if you are not a citizen of that country, you don't live there, then you can get a tax back. So it's like, I don't know if it's called VAT everywhere, but I know definitely in Europe, it is a VAT tax that you can get back. Value added tax, I think, is what it means. And basically, because you don't live there, you get that percentage back. And then also because you're going to the country where it was originally manufactured, it is a lot less expensive because you don't have the shipping costs, the import costs, the exchange rate, all of those things that tack on these higher prices. So when it gets to whatever country you're in, it's a lot higher. So because of that, then it shaves some percentage off of that price, and then they're able to sell it at a cheaper price than and still make a profit from what they originally bought. And the way that that works is through the first sale doctrine. Those people have purchased those items, so they purchase them themselves. So they are free to do whatever they want with those items and resell them, basically. So that's kind of how the gray market works. So pretty much think about in the United States, that would be like your TJ Maxx, your Marshalls, a Costco, somewhere like that. Over in other countries, I know in other countries, like in the UK, you all have TK Maxx. For my international folks, Special thank you to y'all for watching my channel. Let me know what other kind of stores you all have that are similar to that. I definitely would like to know those names too. That is kind of what the gray market is. I do want to say there are some risks with purchasing from the gray market. I think I may have mentioned, if I didn't, like a place like Costco, Sam's Good. It has been a while since I've seen anything from this, but some years ago, there are risks, right? And the reason for that risk is because depending on where in the supply chain the items are coming from and how tight that supply chain is, and ensuring that authenticity is is to the top standard all the way through, there could be a situation where you could run a risk of purchasing an item that is not real. I always say, regardless of where you get it from, especially if you're not purchasing directly from an authorized retailer or the manufacturer, to make sure you get it authenticated. I remember a year ago, I would say at this point, there was a lot of conversation around, forgot the name of the company, but I know it was an Australian company. That was it, Australian company? I believe so. But it Super Jacob did a lot of videos about it. Jesse Styles did a video. Luxury Life in the Middle, I think, had mentioned, is that her name? Luxury and Life in the Middle. I done messed up the lady's whole name, channel name. I'm so sorry. But I'll link some of those channels down below if you have not heard of their channels before. But they had talked about a lot about this. Not all of them, but basically they talked about these topics. But I know Super Jacob did a lot of videos on it and updates, which were very helpful. So there is a chance, and you run that risk if, like I said, the supply chain is not there and it's not tight and it's not always kind of vetted and anything like that. So you could run the risk, especially with these bags that are getting really good and really close to the real thing. You want to make sure that you are getting what you expect. So that is a risk that you do take with that. Also, the Cammy's Closet, I shared her video, and I will not, yeah, I shared her video, but I also tagged her video in the description box. So hit that more box and expand it so you can see all that information that I'm talking about. Also, check out my blog. She had talked about her issue she had with Farfetch. Now, I don't know whether Farfetch is considered a gray market or not, but the issue she had with Farfetch is that I'm not going to spoil it. Anyway, so there are risks that you can have, because I want you to watch her video. But what you can have is what these luxury designer brands are doing now. Some of them are trying to find ways to basically deter you from saving money and using other tactics to not purchase from them directly. So they want to make all the profit, basically, right? So she had an issue that had gotten resolved, but it is a risk that you can take, because if you did not purchase that item directly from Valentino, for example, or Gucci, for example, they may change their policy and say, if you don't have a receipt or proof that you bought this item directly from our boutique, then we're not fixing it. And so they could even do that with a authorized retailer relationship with a Nordstrom or a Browns or a Harrods even as well. So you do have to make sure that just make sure you pay attention to policies. That is a risk that you have with the gray market, also with this cost saving ability. Two kind of highlights on cons. I did talk about it, cons, a little bit more, and list out a little bit more about the gray market and all of those things in another video. So that one will be linked at the end of this one. Like I said, I probably have already said that again, but hey, this is my channel and I need to promote myself, right? So watch the other video. Why don't you? Okay, so yeah, so make sure you watch that video as well after this one. I will link that one at the end. All right, so let's go ahead and get on to the eye candy honey child, because yes, I want to share it with you. Now, one of the items I do not have anymore, that is a Pinko bag. I have given it to my niece. So that's one of the items. And there you go. I also forgot to mention this. I didn't know that Italist was located in California. Well, their headquarters is located in California. They also, I think, believe on their website said that they have offices internationally. So I thought that was really cool, because I literally thought this place was just in Italy because it was called Italist, but they basically focus on Italian brands. So I think that's more so why the name is called Italist, not that they're located in Italy. But yeah, so I thought that's cool that I mean, I guess you can technically say they're an American company, right? Like their headquarters is here. I don't know if it originated here though. I don't think it did. They now are here. But anyway, I thought that was just a cool little nugget to add. So I have purchased items from Italist. It is one of the places that I do trust buying items from. Like I said, just because you got a good item one time does not guarantee that you have a good item the next time. So you always just make sure you want to be diligent about this. So it is going to be this is my first purchase, which is this Burberry TV in the medium. So this is the first one that I got from Italist, and due to a issue, actually there was a small dent that I actually sent them a picture of, and I was, disappointed with that. It didn't ruin the bag, but there was a dent, and I sent a photo in, I believe, and an email telling them, it came and it was dented, and they gave me $100 credit off this bag. This bag already, based off of the price that was on the Burberry website, it was, I think I got it for like eight, somewhere around there, somewhere between $500 and $800 cheaper than purchasing it from Burberry directly. So you do have the ability to have a significant savings by going through the gray market or a luxury retailer online. I don't know whether Italist necessarily considers himself a gray market. In the articles that I read, just to make sure I'm clear, they did mention places like Italist, Satire specifically, and another one. So they have mentioned it, but I don't know what that blog post did their research on to see. Based off of the website, it doesn't say that, but it doesn't not say that. So that's the assumption that I have. Italist does mention that they have relationships with retailers in Italy and boutiques in Italy, and they purchase those items from there. So that is what is listed on their website as far as kind of like how they get their supply, and they do guarantee that it is authentic. All right. So the next item that I did get after that, because they gave me $100 credit, was the Pinko bag. If I have a photo of it, you should be seeing it on the screen now. And that is the other item that I got, which I ended up only paying $100 for it with the $100 credit uh, because of that. So that's the second item. And then the third item was one that I got in January. And I did not unbox this on my channel, but it's been hanging out back there in several of my videos since then. But it is going to be this boy. This is not the wonton. This is the Carl, I think. So this is the boy Carl. If this is not right, I'll put the name down below. But I have been really thinking about my folks in my community that have been so supportive and was seeing my posts, commenting on them, my community posts. They have been giving me feedback and chatting, and we've been having a great old time in the community posts. I have been thinking about getting a boy wonton for a while, and I decided let me test it out through an SLG and see the quality because I wasn't sure. I got mixed reviews. I've had people tell me it's great. I have other people or blog posts that I've read and they said it's not. And so far when I looked through this bag, it came in, I didn't have any issues with it, and it doesn't look bad. And the fact that this is a smaller bag means that I feel like it takes more effort to make a smaller handbag than it does a larger one, because there's a smaller amount of room you have to work with, less materials you have to work with, which I feel like could increase the chances of mistakes. And so I did like the way this one came out. And so, although this is not the same material as the boy, now the boy, I don't want to tell you where it's at because I might, I need to get that bag first. But anyway, so I'm thinking about getting the boy wonton. Yes, boy wonton, and wanted to test it out. So I got this item from Italist. So that way it was at a significantly discounted price from the full price on the boy website. So I also got this through Italist too. So far, my experience with Italist has been positive. Like I said, I did have that issue, and they gave me a credit back for it because I told them I didn't want to return it. I just wanted to be compensated for something for the damage on the bag. So the great thing about Italist is, like a lot of a lot of these websites, like the duties and custom fees and all of that is incorporated into the price. So you don't necessarily have to, not necessarily, you don't have to worry about getting a bill later, or before you can pick up your package, customs says you owe us $500 more. So I do really like that. So the price is the price, and you're also getting a discount too. So it just really is very helpful and a great way to save money. Let me know if you have any more questions about Italist. Throw those in the comments down below, and I will make sure to respond to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe before you go. All right, bye. I lost my train of thought.